And people say, well, Jonathan, you're running for Congress. Why are you concerned? I'm concerned because I live in America. That's why. That's why I'm concerned. And I think it's cowardly. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you guys don't want to be, if you guys are running for public office and you think that you're going to get backlash from what I'm saying, then stay away from me then. Because you're going to lose the election anyway. Because you guys are too cowardly to stand up for real conservative principles. And I'm not talking about executing gay people. I'm talking about standing up for the truth. And the truth is this. You guys ran someone against Jaden McCormick in record-breaking time. Found signatures, record-breaking time to petition someone to get on the ballot. Just to challenge this young man over one controversial statement that he made. Instead of you minding your own business, as you tell me to do, you guys jumped down this kid's throat, put the full weight of the state on him over one statement. Why didn't you do that against Heather Summers and Joe Perello and freaking Tony Wong when they voted to give Ned Lamont a $500 million slush fund? Yes, Heather Summers, Senator, Republican. You guys should have primaried her years ago. Years ago. Tony Wong, too. They gave Ned Lamont a $500 million slush fund of our tax dollars. Now, check this out. Ned Lamont, they raised over, they had a surplus, $500 million surplus that they could have gave back to the taxpayers, right? Instead, the Democrats had the bright idea of turning it into an emergency slush fund for Ned Lamont. We had 3 Republican senators that voted with the Democrats to give Ned Lamont our money. You know what the money's going to be used for? It says, according to state officials, Connecticut had billions of dollars in reserves above the stationary cap. Rather than sending all of the excess surplus towards pension debt reduction, the legislature authorized $500 million to be held as a contingency fund to respond to federal funding disruptions, government shutdowns, or cuts to programs such as SNAP and WIC and housing assistance. President Trump, the federal government, the Trump administration requested Connecticut to release their SNAP rolls. They wanted to know who was receiving federal funding, subsidized programs, SNAP benefits, Section 8 housing. They won't release the rolls. You know why they want the rolls? Because they want to make sure the 200,000 illegals we got currently residing in our state are not benefiting from taxpayers' money, federal funding. Our Attorney General, William Communist Tong, filed lawsuits, over 50 of them, against the Trump administration. One of the lawsuits was because President Trump signed an executive order to stop sex change surgeries on minors, on children. William Tong filed a lawsuit against President Trump's administration because he wants to allow doctors to mutilate children. He also filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration because Trump threatened to withhold federal funding for SNAP benefits and housing assistance because we don't know how many illegals are benefiting from federal taxpayers' money. That's why. I got a problem with that. So the 3 Republican senators that voted against President Trump and against Republicans and conservatives, why didn't you primary them? So you're telling me you're more offended that Jaden, a young 23-year-old, said something offensive to gay people? You lost your shit over that. We gotta make sure he's not on the ballot. But yet, Heather Summers and Tony Wong and Joe Perillo, they get a pass for giving away our money to Ned Lamont. That's my issue. It should be everybody's issue. So when you say, Jonathan, focus on Jahana Hayes, this is all relevant. If you can't see the relevancy in Republicans voting against the interests of Republican voters in the state assembly, if you can't see the relevancy and why I'm running for Congress because Jahana Hayes on the federal level has voted against the American people, I got to call all of you out. The rhinos and the Democrats, because you all are part of the problem. And this is why you want me to shut up and stop talking about rhinos, because you guys are just as bad as Jahana Hayes. That's my issue with the whole Jaden McCormick thing. I don't agree with what he said, but I'm glad he said it. You know why? Because it exposed all of you assholes. You guys exposed yourself. You guys are clowns. You're clowns. And that's why nobody takes you serious. So, I got another question. I got a question that I'm pretty sure everybody had on their back of their mind, but they were scared to ask the question. You want to know what the question is? I want to know why President Trump came to Connecticut to the Coast Guard Academy graduation, first time in Connecticut in years, what, over a decade? I want to know why we didn't see any pictures of any of our state senators, especially Ryan Fozzie, who's running for governor. Where you didn't get access to President Trump? I mean, we need his help here. What's going on? I see pictures of Steve Harden with Attorney General William Tong having lunch. I want to know why no one was able to get close to the president. You're a state senator. You're not going to convince me that you couldn't do it if you wanted to. It's impossible for you to make me believe that. I'm telling everybody in Connecticut, there's a uniparty. The Republican Party of Connecticut has been hijacked by the Democrats. And this is not just Connecticut, it's nationwide. It's nationwide. It's time for us to take our party back. That's what I'm here to do. All the racists that's hiding in this Republican Party, they're Democrats. You can come after me all you want to. I'm ready for you. I'm not backing down. I'm telling you what's going on. So, all of you that are attacking the 23-year-old, you should have been going after Heather Summers' seat and Joe Perillo's seat and Tony Wong's seat years ago. Years ago. For violating their oath to defend and to stand up for the United States Constitution. They was voting with the communists, with the Marxists, Democrats, on numerous legislation that affected members of my district. Yeah, I want to know, where the hell was our state senators when President Trump came here? I didn't see not one photo with anyone talking to the president. Did you guys talk to him, or was you scared to be seen with him? people are disgusting. To the American people, to the real Republicans, to the independents, and to the conservative Democrats that are tired of this nonsense, please support me and get behind my campaign, because I'm not playing games. I'm here to win so that we can have a voice in Washington, D.C., so I can enforce federal law in the 5th District with or without the consent of the state government. Because I don't respect you anyway, because you're violating the Constitution. You got 200,000 illegals currently residing in our state. And I'm going to get their ass. I'm going to round them up in the 5th District. And to the state police and local police that are watching right now, lose your job. Go against the grain. Stand up for yourself. Don't worry. I'll get your job reinstated. And you'll get a hefty lawsuit. Because if the governor and the attorney general is telling you to stand down and not to cooperate with the federal government, you're violating your oath. So, everybody that's nervous right now, oh my God, he's gonna ruin our election. You're ruining your own election. You're ruining your own election, because every time I'm going into the cities, peeling away votes from the Democrats, your ass should be right behind me saying thank you. And then introducing yourself to the people I'm talking to. Because that's the only way you're going to win. Because Josh Elliott is going to win the primary against Ned Lamont. Watch. And his energy, you think I'm extreme. Whew. You're going to need me on that ballot. Because William Tone and Josh Elliott and Johanna Hayes, and then you got Joe Gannon down there in Bridgeport waiting for all of you. Listen, and then you got Rosa DeLore, you got Bobby Sanchez and New Britain. Man, you guys ain't ready for this shit. I want to know why Ryan Fazio is still running the primary campaign. Why is Ryan Fazio running a Republican primary campaign? There's no primary. Why are you in Harrington? Why are you in Fairfield? Your ass should be in knee deep at Bridgeport Brewery. You go to New Haven, you in the Italian sections where people, they already vote Republican. Bring your ass in the hill, in the ville, in the tray, in the jungle, and talk to the people who you need to be talking to. Stop running the damn Bob Stefanowski campaign, because you're going to lose. Somebody needs to tell them. You need to bring your ass on Albany Avenue and Park Street in Hartford. Come with me to the West Indian restaurant and go get you a beef patty and talk to the people. We ain't going to win no race playing games like this. You're running the Bob Stefanowski campaign. It didn't work for him. It's not going to work for you either. Stop running your campaign like you're running the Republican primary. Aaron Stewart's not in the race, dude. You up in the freaking Republican areas talking to Republicans. They're going to vote for you anyway. Get your ass in the cities. On the side where the Democrats are. That's the only way you're going to win this race, buddy. I can't do all the work for you. And then you guys got a nerve to run Christopher Shea that can't put two words together. And then you hiding them in the basement like Joe Biden. I want to debate Chris Shea in front of the whole world on all social media platforms, all news outlets. I want to debate Chris Shea on policy. Policy. He has no policies. We all know that. He doesn't even have a strategy to win. I'm endorsed by the National Organization for Veterans for America First. Veterans for Trump. The same organization that did security for President Trump in 2016 before he had Secret Service clearance. They endorsed me. I got the endorsement. You know why? Because they know I'm not full of shit and I'm going to win. So I'm telling you all, stop playing games, get out of my way, and stop and leave the little kid alone. Leave the 23-year-old alone. If he's going to lose his race, let him lose it. You guys got those signatures and you running somebody against them. You should have ran somebody against Heather Summers for giving away $500 million of our money. People make me sick, man. And stop sending me your invites to your dinners. I don't want to pay $100 to sit down with you so you can take my money and use it against me. And I know one of you shut down my meet and greet in Watertown at that bakery. It was either Senator Berthel or Joe Paletta. You guys can't push me out of Watertown. I'm coming there anyway. One way or the other, I'm coming to Watertown. I don't care if I got to bring 100 people with me. We're door knocking in Watertown. You might get most of the vote. You ain't going to get them all. You're not going to win this primary, buddy. You guys slander my name, call me a murderer. Yo, you people are crazy. It's backfire on you because people see through the BS. You people are full of it, man. You've been getting away with this for far too long. Losing elections on purpose. I'm gonna let everybody know this whole campaign thing, not with me though. I'm the real deal. But all the rest of them, they con artists. I looked at their voting records. Most of the time, they voting against you. Most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time, they're voting with the Democrats on bills that it'll blow your mind. All you got to do is just look up their voting record. Look up your state reps' voting record. Look up your state senators' voting record. Look at the bills they vote on. Look at the roll call. That's why they don't like me, because I do my research. I do my research. Listen, I spent time in prison. Everybody knows that. In prison, we call it a paperwork party. You go to prison, we want to make sure you're not a rapist or a child molester. What you in jail for? Gotta show us what you in here for, buddy. I want to know what our state representatives are doing in that state assembly. I'm talking about Republicans. We already know what the Democrats are doing. What are the Republicans doing? Our senators and our state reps. Too many of them are compromised. I'm telling you that right now. And all of you that endorse Chris Shea, all the state reps, all the state senators that endorse Chris Shea, I got a list. I got a whole list. And I got your voting records. Leave me alone. I was going to do this whether I got on the ballot or not. I was going to expose all of you because you guys are all full of shit. You're not trying to win an election. You're just trying to take people's money and bullshit people all the way to November. It's not going to happen. Not this time. You're not going to protect Johanna Hayes' seat. Not this time. I'm coming for that seat, Johanna Hayes. And the people in the 5th District, you finally going to have a voice in D.C., and I'm going to kick all of their asses. And I'm going to enforce federal law in the 5th District. Yes. So instead of you moving to Tennessee and Florida, move in the 5th District, because I'm going to hold shit down out here. I'm not allowing the state police, local police, to interfere with federal law. It's not going to happen. And to all the local law enforcement officers, uphold your oath. You took an oath to defend the United States Constitution from both foreign and domestic enemies. If the Attorney General is telling you to violate your oath, don't listen to him. Let him fire you and go get a lawyer and sue his ass. Hey, happy Friday. I'm going to be out and about this weekend. You guys want to join my movement? Reach out to me. Because we're going to take the 5th District. Because when I say let's flip the 5th red, I'm talking about everybody. But they're not listening. They're not listening. You know why they're not listening? Because they're controlled. I'm not controlled. You know who controls me? God controls me. God controls me. God controls. I only listen to God and the United States Constitution. I don't listen to anybody else. That's put God first and listen to the United States Constitution, man. What's up, Melissa? James, how you doing, James? Hey, James, I'm gonna send you. He knows you will crush him in a debate. That's why he won't do it. Hey, listen. Yeah, he knows. Christopher Shea got on Reese on the radio and admitted that he offered to pimp out his Navy SEAL record to George Logan in the 2024 election. George Logan raised $3 million last election cycle. I've been running my race over a year now. Over a year. Check out my FEC reports. I raised about $19,000. I want to know, where did the $3 million go? Bro, I got yard signs all over the place, palm cards, and I only raised a little over 19,000, close to 20 grand. And I'm like, where did you spend $3 million? That's an expensive ass campaign team. Yo, this shit is a scam. And now George got tired. He ran 2 times. So they dressed up the Navy SEAL guy to try to raise money so they could take your money. They don't want to win no elections. These people are crazy. They're nuts. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. To all the voters, especially to the moderate Republicans that are like, I don't want this guy. This guy's he's crazy. He's okay. Ask Charlie Smith. Ask Charlie Smith. Look Charlie Smith up. His daughter was taken from him and his family because he didn't want to affirm that she was a boy, put her on puberty blockers. There was no signs of abuse in the home. The only abuse that DCF found was that he didn't want to transition his daughter. They took his daughter away and gave his daughter to 2 gay married men on the other side of the state. They put his daughter on puberty blockers against his consent and billed his insurance. So when they knock on your door and take your kids away, right? Because of the new bill they passed, and some of our state senators voted for it, Republicans I'm talking about, and a lot of state reps. When they come take your kids away, because your little son that's 8 years old wants to wear a dress and you don't want to put a dress on them, and they go to school and they complain about it, and DCF comes and takes your kid away, you're going to wish you had me on the ticket. You're going to wish you had Jonathan De Barros on the ticket to kick their ass. I'm not a Mr. Nice Guy. I kept telling y'all that from the beginning. So if you guys want Mr. Nice Guy, reach out to Christopher Shea, the guy that doesn't want to debate me. If you're afraid to debate me, how you going to debate Johanna Hayes? And we know how she debates. She's disrespectful. Woo! That black woman, she going to terrorize your ass on that debate stage. What, you going to call out sick? You going to pretend you sick on debate day? Oh my God. Yo, this is hilarious. Yo, you should have left me alone. You should have just said, fuck, I'm going to take the L. But see, your greed. Ben Proto, the state GOP, your greed of wanting someone to run in the 5th district against me so y'all can make money off the race. You guys, I'm going to expose you all now. You should have left me alone. You should have left me to focus on Johanna Hayes. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to be part of your club. I don't. I'm a real Republican. I'm taking back the Republican Party. And we're going to fight back and we're going to take this seat. We know you don't like President Trump. And that's why when President Trump came to Connecticut, I didn't see Ben Proto with him either. How the hell the president of the United States, a Republican, comes to our state and we don't see any of our freaking state Republicans with this man? I want to know. I want to know. So you mean to tell me nobody had a way to get to President Trump? You people are crazy. This is nuts. This is nuts. This is nuts, man. And nobody asked these questions? If I'm wrong, please just tag the pictures. If this pictures with Fazio, with President Trump, or Steve Harden, Rob Sampson, Ben Proto, when he was here, please Send the pictures and put them in the comment section. Make sure they're not AI. Please don't send no AI Trump. I'm with Trump shit. I want the real deal. If I'm wrong, all right, I'll say I'm wrong. I didn't see it. I was looking for it. I was like, damn, president's here. Is somebody going to let him know what's going on here? Or are you too afraid to be seen with President Trump? Steve Hardy, he ate lunch with William Tong with his thumbs up. I mean, I'm trying to figure this shit out, man. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. I got work to do. Happy Friday. Everybody take care. God bless.